Cleveland.
And I'm Camille and Lilly, and we're in 8th grade. And we did a design thinking process to develop the best way to teach vocabulary to 6th grade students.
Our goal was to form a lesson that could incorporate all types of learners and therefore help more than one group of people at a time.
So what we did is the initial step of the design thinking process is to empathize with people. So we conducted interviews and surveys to understand and gain a better perspective on our topic. And then from that, we were able to take what we thought were the most common responses and develop 3 prototypes, which were different lessons: a kinesthetic lesson, an auditory lesson, and a visual lesson. And those all correlated to different learning styles.
Yeah, so in each of those 3 lessons, we had the same format where they did activities and then they did a worksheet to practice the words, and then they did a second activity, and then they did the test. And in each of the 3 lessons, the activities were specific to the type of learning style. So our goal was to see which one worked the best and which pieces of it worked the best.
And then from the results from those 3 prototypes, we created a final prototype, which was a vocabulary game, which had 3 different piles of cards with different activities that related to the learning styles on them, so that the kids can have an element of choice and also different aspects of all the learning styles in one lesson. So our hypothesis was that the final lesson, which had aspects of all of the learning styles in one lesson, would work the best. But our results weren't actually what we expected.
The lesson that worked the best was not the final lesson, because we think this was because there's a lot of inconsistencies throughout the final lesson. And we also added another piece of testing. So 2 weeks later, we gave them the same test to see how well they retain the knowledge. So we wanted to see both the greatest increase, how well they knew the knowledge, and who could retain the knowledge the best.
So the lesson that actually worked the best was the kinesthetic lesson, which was really hands-on learning and using a lot of movement and actions to understand the material. So that had the overall highest test scores. But what we found was that the visual lesson had the best retention of knowledge after 2 weeks, and also had the biggest increase in knowledge from the worksheet in the middle of the lesson to the test at the end of the lesson.
From this information, our goal is to share it now and help schools across Denver, or where anyone that we can help, to know how to help all students at the same time.
Thank you.